All right. What is up? It's your boy. So recently, I watched this video by Dr. K, healthygamer.gg on YouTube, and it was just a short on YouTube, and it sort of clicked something that I'd been kind of thinking about and wondering about for a very long time, which was essentially, there were a certain number of years in my life where I was really proud of myself. I really loved myself. And I could do whatever the fuck I wanted, like, just by myself. Like, I'd be perfectly content just hanging out with myself. And for a long time, like, I wondered, like, why was I so happy and, like, proud and, like, content with myself at that point in my life? And, for a few years, like, I've kind of been thinking about it. And I guess, like, in a way, I sort of figured it out, but this video I watched just sort of clicked it, which was like, this video was talking about, like, when you're by yourself, when you spend time with yourself, and you're away from other people, other influences, you get to truly, like, let your inner mind, like, the true way that you feel and think, and, like, the things you care about and want to do or don't want to do, like, that kind of surfaces, right? And the example he gave was, like, if you're, like, at school and, like, everyone's buying, like, a new sneaker, but then you go and, like, go into the forest for, like, a week, like, you're not gonna give a fuck about sneakers by the time you're done in that forest. And so the thing is, like, I realized that's basically what I did, like, in high school, early college. Like, I think I spent so much time with myself that, like, I was really, like, in tune with myself and did all the things I wanted to do, and was very true to myself and didn't care about the other things and other people's expectations or thoughts or judgments, this and that. And so I had an idea today. A lot of times I realize that, like, when my friends aren't available or don't want to hang out, I'll get a little, like, angsty. I'll be like, I don't know, I just feel like it's, like, I feel like I put a lot of effort into trying to make things happen, but, like, a lot of times people don't reach out to me first, which, maybe it is the case, maybe it isn't, but the important realization I've had is, like, this is a perfect opportunity to get back into just hanging out with myself. So that's what I'm gonna do. I pulled out the old bike-a-rooney. It's pretty rugged, pretty icky, a lot of cobwebs. The seat is pretty fucked up, but that's okay. It'll do, right? It'll do. And if I can't bike, I can walk. If I can't walk, I can crawl. I can sit. I can do whatever, man. We can do whatever we want. We just have to accept ourselves, meet ourselves where we're at, be honest with ourselves, and try our best. So that's what I'm gonna do today. I haven't biked in, actually, I guess I biked in China on, like, rental bikes, but here in the US, I have not biked in a very long time. I'm gonna try to do this a little more, like, vlog style, which I haven't done in months since I was, like, traveling in, like, Malaysia. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I'm gonna go hang out with myself. Come along. Yoicks. Wow, I didn't know I could do that. That's way easier. Do this. And then boom. Let's go. Almost forgot the helmet. We're helmet boys. Alright. I'm feeling a little nervous. This certainly feels a little unnatural. Haven't done a video like this in a hot minute. And I think, when I did do videos like this, I was traveling. It was a lot more to, I don't know. I think it was a lot easier to have things to catch my interest. A lot of stimulation, right? But I imagine this will be, oh man, I'm fucking winded already. I I imagine this will be a lot of me sharing my thoughts and just, I mean, basically just documenting what it would be like to be with myself in a way. And what can you do with yourself other than, for the most part, talk, right? Fuck. This bike is pretty goofed. I don't know if it shows. The cobwebs are in. I'm on fucking gear 2. And it's really like, takes a lot of effort, man. I'm gonna have to adjust it. Alright, I'm gonna try and do this in a very safe manner, which I guess is inherently a little limited if I'm filming with one hand, but at least once I'm past this area, with all these big cars passing me, I should be okay. I'm heading to a trail, and I'm hoping to follow that trail and go to a local dam here where I live, called the Santa Fe Dam. It's a place I used to go to very often. Back in high school, I had a friend who would join me on these spectacular bike rides. We would go at night sometimes. We were crazy, man. We would like, it would be like a school night, and we'd be like heading out at like 9 p.m. to start our bike ride. I don't know how my parents let me do that. But yeah, so a lot of great memories, a lot of nostalgia, you know. And so we're gonna try and head there. We'll see if I can make it. This bike is pretty clunky. It's taking a whole lot of effort to traverse some pretty short distances. But you know, as I'm doing this, I'm realizing like I've been passing some people. Actually, even when I was passing the cars, I realized I wasn't even thinking about the fact that I'm vlogging. Like in the past, just being around people would make it feel really tough, really awkward. But you know, I just realized like for the first time, I literally didn't even think about it. At least the first time in the US. I think in China, I got pretty used to vlogging and not really thinking too much about it. But there's a bit of a difference because I think in China there's way more fucking people. So that's one of the aspects in which it feels a little harder. But in China also, most people have no fucking clue what I'm saying. If I'm going around like this vlogging in English. But here, man, everyone knows, man. Everyone's gonna know, everyone hears. Maybe not everyone listens. Probably not everyone cares to look or to, maybe they'll be curious, maybe they'll take a glance, but you know, I feel like just in doing more and more of this, of vlogging, and then just working on myself and shit. Excuse the shaky camera. Gotta be careful here. And just doing like more and more of these and not caring as much and just working on myself, like I've realized, you know, I've come a long way. Just now, as I looked up, I got a hit of anxiety. Let me turn the camera. This is the trail that I'm on. Thank you. This is called the Royal Oaks Trail here in Duarte, California. And what I was referring to is that seeing people up ahead, some coming my way, some not. Definitely, oh my gosh, kicked in some of the anxiety. Oh man. gosh. We'll see how far I can get, man. Fucking hell. But yeah, man, it's a whole nother ball game in the US versus in China versus in Asia. Just saw some people staring at me from their car. You know, I guess it makes sense. I'd probably stare too. I definitely would have stared, actually. Back in the day, before I ever gave vlogging a shot for myself, I absolutely would have found it very strange. Oh my gosh, I'm fucking dead. I'm out of breath. But that's the thing, man, like, in my head, I was worried for such a long time that most people would be very judgmental, would speak their mind, kind of like on the internet, you know? That's what I had gotten used to. I got used to internet culture, internet toxicity, where people can say whatever they want with no apparent repercussions. And you know, part of spending a lot less time online and a lot more time, oh my fuck, my breath, holy shit, let me take a breather. Part of what spending a lot less time online and a lot more time in the real world has done is kind of giving me that reset I needed, you know? I used to be extremely anxious, extremely fearful, extremely insecure. And you know, I typically am. I was expecting I would feel a lot of those emotions now. But you know, I've done a lot of work. I've done a lot of these videos. And it's all paying off, man. I'm getting there. Y'all better watch out, I'm coming. I'm feeling good, man. It's not the standard. The past few days actually have been really shitty, and I woke up feeling pretty shitty. But I don't know, something just clicked. You know, I shot a message to my friend asking if he wanted to hang out, and that's when I realized, like, wait, like, this is the opportunity of a lifetime right here. Let's hang out with myself, just like the old days. I know future me will thank me for that, rather than just, you know, a lot of times I would just wait around, just sit at home, scrolling Instagram, scrolling TikTok. Luckily I deleted Instagram. Oh, I don't have TikTok. I never had TikTok. But Instagram and like Snapchat, used to doom scroll a lot, but I finally deleted Instagram. I've lost the muscle memory to scroll Snapchat. So, made a lot of progress, it feels great. I'm proud of myself. No one can take that away from me. If there's any haters out there watching, fuck you. You can't take it away from me. I decide how I feel and what I believe. And I feel good, baby. Let's keep going. Kind of funny, I don't actually really know. Well, I guess I don't really know if I can consider myself to have much of a viewer base. I certainly have my subscribers so far, the 145 of you. As far as I know, most of them are from Malaysia because of my most popular video to date being a vlog in Malaysia. But I think I have people from all over, and I don't know, I know I have someone from Serbia. Shout out Nikola. I assume the other viewers are probably American from the US. I know there's some people from the UK, who have tuned in. I can, as I'm going about, I can sort of sense and feel that I'm getting a lot of looks. Some of them feel judgmental. Maybe they are, maybe they aren't. But that's okay, man. I've done a lot of hard work to build up that tough skin, that resistance, to not care so much. You know, I feel like, at least like online, you know, a lot of people hate on social media personalities and shit like that. I used to be one of them that hated on such people. But, you know, it could be that a few months down the line, I'm one of them. Can't be hating myself. And, you know, we're all human. We're just trying, we're doing our best. If I could fucking post TikTok dances and make millions of dollars off that, why the fuck wouldn't I do that too, you know? It just makes sense. It makes perfect sense. And yeah, definitely coming up on more dance areas. Still getting those looks, but let's keep going. I'm making good progress. I think I can do a little bit of a better job in showing my surroundings. But yeah, what I was getting at was that, you know, for a lot of my viewers, maybe this is all very new terrain. Maybe it's different plants than they're used to. Different looking people, maybe. I don't know. It can be anything. You never really know what catches someone's eye. We're all very different people, very different experiences, very different perspectives and ways of looking at the world. So the things I take for granted, the things that aren't new to me, could be very strange and new to someone else. So I think that's part of the beauty of vlogging and just recording things, capturing things as they are. I feel like you never really know what will really resonate with someone. And that includes like voicing thoughts, right? Like none of my videos where I voice my thoughts have gotten too popular, relatively, I guess. Well, I guess relatively some have. A couple hundred views on one. A lot of comments, very thoughtful, supportive comments. Really like to see that. Let me cross this street before I goof myself. I think the kids are the ones staring at me more than anyone at this point. Makes sense, man. Kids are pure, man. They tell it how it is. Some people say they're mean or rude or disrespectful, but if you ask me, they're just honest, man. They see the world as none others do. They have that clean slate. Oh, Jesus. Oh. That man was nice. He gave me a nice warm smile. Something not many have done yet. Alright, I'm gonna catch my breath for a bit. Let me show some of the scenery. Some of what I'm working with out here. A lot of mountains here in the San Gabriel Valley of Los Angeles, California. It would certainly be easier to do this with an actual camera, like a GoPro or something. Then I could have both hands free. It would be safer too. So maybe it's a worthwhile investment. but we'll see. I don't really have the funds for that, but I'm every day getting a little closer and closer to getting monetized on this channel, which would be fucking huge. It would be amazing. It won't make me happy, at least not in a lasting way, because I know that outcomes will never mean happiness. It's about the journey, man. But if I enjoy the journey every day like this, and someday I happen to get 1,000 subs, 4,000 watch hours, then fuck, I'll be happy that day for sure. Hoping to get there, but I'm sure it takes a whole lot of time. It's only been maybe three or 4 months of posting stuff. So we'll see, man. We'll see. It's kind of funny, there's a little shortcut that people created in the grass, which makes sense. I've certainly taken that shortcut before too. But you know, I'm finally back in the time, a day in my life, a time in my life where I know the value of not taking those shortcuts, of taking the path of most resistance, as David Goggins might say. Not to say that you should always take it. You have to take things at your own pace and just slowly improve in the long term, and through compounding whatever interest or just the compound stacking. I mean, crazy great things will happen. I feel like, you know, this channel will be a testament to that. I think all YouTube channels are, really, because, you know, every video is just something a little better than the last. Ideally, I guess. I guess maybe some people wouldn't agree with that. Some content creators might feel that they create very shit content or they're a little more volatile. I don't know. But, you know, I feel like for me that's essentially what this is. Each video is kind of like a stepping stone. Each video is a stepping stone to the next, and just small improvements, just slowly pushing my comfort zone, slowly processing my thoughts and learning more about myself, more about what I want, more about who I want to be, how I feel, processing my emotions, processing suppressed emotions from the past, making sense of all these kind of things, building my awareness, all that good stuff, you know? And yeah, compound stacking, baby. That's all there is to it. You know, even now, I probably can't do how much I biked in the past, but I can certainly do my best. Get a nice little compound stack going every day. We'll see, man. We'll see how far I can get. It's funny, I remember not too long ago, maybe like even just a few months ago, I would feel very anxious, very like in my head, just for like wanting to take a picture of something or wanting to like take a video of something. And I would feel very like just anxious and nervous. And you know, I'm sure the external hasn't changed much. I'm sure there are people looking at me or staring at me. I'm sure if I look at the cars around me, some will be. But I've certainly made a fuck ton of improvement, and I'm feeling fucking great. I feel like this is the first day where it's really, really, really showing in such a like profound way. Like I'm hardly thinking about it at all. I'm hardly feeling it at all. So I'm feeling fucking good. I'm feeling proud, baby. Compound stacking. But basically I wanted to show this billboard here because the name seems like kind of like an indigenous name or something. Maybe Mexico, maybe some other part of Latin America, but I don't know how to pronounce it. Seattle Karachi, maybe? I could also be completely off. Maybe it's fucking Italian or something, but I'm embarrassing myself, who knows? But yeah, we're in the city of Duarte, baby. Probably like halfway, well, I don't know where my destination is, but The destination doesn't matter, the journey does. So I'm just gonna keep biking. Something that's been on my mind a lot lately, and you know, I think the beauty of having spent so many weeks just getting comfortable talking about what's on my mind and setting that as sort of like the baseline of what I do on my channel, because it's what I want to do and it's what I want to share. It's what I feel really helps me, and a huge part of why I love doing this so far, you know? It's in the past, I think I worried a lot about what people wanted from me, what people wanted to see. But you know, over time I realized the real questions, the real things that actually matter is, what do I want? What do I want people to see? What do I want to share? And there's a funny little thing that happened right now where me and a dude running were on the sidewalk. So I went down onto the street and he also went down onto the street. Then he went back onto the sidewalk. But yeah, I realized, you know, what matters is, what do I want to do, man? What do I care about? Fuck everyone else. Not like that they don't matter, but in the sense that what's best for myself and what's best for everyone else is to truly take the time and take the energy to really like invest in myself and grow myself, know myself. And there's nothing that comes more easily than doing something that we really love and something we're really passionate about. And you know, I can't say for sure that I know where I'll end up or I'll know what that is. I certainly have a lot of ideas, and I've talked a lot about them. You know, being someone I'm proud of, caring about others, making an impact, being a positive influence, showing people the world, showing people different perspectives, different ways of life, different ways of thinking, of seeing the world. And I certainly feel that even though many people aren't watching yet, I think, you know, it already feels really good. And every video feels, and I mean, not just feels, I believe and I trust that I'm heading in the right direction and I'm making more and more progress towards being who I want to be and doing all the things I want to do. And I think a huge part of it isn't that I don't know what I want to do, it's that I'm held back by fear of what I want to do. And I feel, just from my observations, that it's a very common thing, and I see it a lot in others. And maybe that's a projection of myself, right? Who knows? But what I do know is that I feel really good about what I'm doing and what I've done so far and the direction I'm heading in. And there's a lot more I want to do. And I think as I go video by video, I'm gonna just keep getting closer and closer to that. And it's only a matter of time before I pop off. That's my idea. That's what I believe. That's what I trust. As long as I never give up, you know, even if it's just a slow trickle as it has been, just a subscriber or two, or a few subscribers like a week, I don't know, within a year or something, I'll get there. And then that'll only grow, it'll compound, you know? as I get better and better at, as I have a better and better relationship with myself, and I can be more authentic, more honest, and do more things that I really care about, and let my passion really shine through, my personality really shine through, you know. I think these videos will only become more and more engaging and more aligned with myself, more and more honest, more and more passionate, energetic. Not in like a entertainment way, but you know, I want to keep things very raw, very authentic, very honest, and I think I have been so far. There's been barriers and difficulties in terms of like insecurity, fear, shit like that, but certainly getting there, certainly improving. But yeah, let me show you around. A lot of beautiful flowers out here. And the pine trees. Very classic sight and smell of California. I think those are pine trees. Maybe I'm dumb, who knows? I'm not dumb. I caught myself there. You know, a lot of times I feel like I observe it a lot in others too. Like, we make a mistake and we fucking beat ourselves up for it. Then we feel worse, so the next time we make another mistake, we'll beat ourselves up even worse. And it just perpetuates. Gotta, you know, if you're not aware of what you're doing and why you're doing it and what you're saying to yourself, you know, you might not catch that you're very negative to yourself. Or maybe you know, maybe you feel it, but you haven't observed it. But you know, part of what this has all been has been observing my mind, building that awareness, and it's been fucking paying dividends, man. I love it. You know, I was thinking about it earlier. What I had wanted to talk about was like, you know, right now I don't have a job. Actually, I guess technically I haven't really had a job for the past like 4 months or something. I was traveling and I was doing travel vlogging, and that occupied a lot of my time. It felt like a job, even though I wasn't getting paid. I think it's fair to say it was a job. And you know, I guess even now I feel like this is my job in a way. It's just, my job is, I guess, kind of to grow myself, to improve my relationship with myself, or like to declutter myself. And I think, like, you know, that'll only probably go on for so long. As I go on, I'll feel a lot better and a lot more like myself, and I'll have much more concrete ideas. You know, I feel like right now it's a big process of like decluttering all the things that come externally, expectations from others, and that's something I've kind of been triggered by and like kind of struggling with a bit now that I'm back in the US. Is like, you know, a lot of that shit's resurfacing where like there's like feelings or like thoughts that pop up of like shame or guilt because like everyone around me is working. They're kind of like, oh, what are you doing? Like, what are you up to? Like, oh, like, how's the channel going? Blah, blah, blah. And you know, I feel like it's really hard. It's, I mean, like I said, the past few days have been very, very negative, very, very tough. But you know, I've realized for myself, I think the decision I want to make and stick to, or this decision, you know what, fuck it, I'll make it right now. The decision I've made, okay? So I was thinking a lot about like, you know, getting like a part-time job or something, because you know, I'm not making much income. I have a bit of like passive income from like investments, very little though. And at the same time, I live very frugally. I don't really spend anything. So I'm able to sustain myself. But you know, I feel like if I were to get a job, it's more like because I feel that I should, and that other people think I should, or other people expect me to, rather than I actually want to. And I realize I really, really don't want to. And, you know, most people will call that lazy in this day and age. But no one can tell us how we feel and what we think, and no one can decide things for us. So, you know, fuck it. Maybe I am. Who fucking knows, man? But I'm not gonna just not do anything. I'm feeling just very good about what I'm doing now and where I'm heading. And you know, I feel like the thing is, like, the only way you don't succeed at something is if you don't try. And you know, I feel like I reached a point where I'm like, you know, I'd rather just full-time try doing YouTube and like being like a self-employed like content creator, like I don't know, own business in a way, my own business. If, I guess you can kind of call it that. Being like an internet presence is like a business. And this is all just investing in myself. And you know, I feel like now that I'm around all the expectation and like all the, I don't know, you know, I'm living with my parents again. They have a lot to say sometimes, or my mom will tend to ask a lot of questions and stuff. But you know, and you know, my friends are all working, this and that, and so yeah, I mean, the thing is like, the only way to fail at something is to not try. And I feel like I reached a point where like I'd rather just try full time, just dedicate everything to trying to make this work. It might work, it might not, but if you ask me, if I don't give up, there's no way it doesn't work, you know? There's only one way it can go, because I'm slowly improving, slowly making progress, slowly aligning with myself and knowing myself. And there's a fucking ant on my leg that is bothering me. What the fuck? Oh, Jesus. Jesus. There's only one way this can go, and I'm fully expecting that that's what's gonna happen, man. I don't know. No one knows, man. The future is not guaranteed. I can't control outcomes. None of us can. But I can do my input, and if you ask me, I think, I mean, I guess all that matters is that I ask myself, and I'm feeling really good about my input. I'm loving my input. I'm trusting my input, and I think it's gonna pay off. I have a feeling. Sooner or later, it's gonna pay off. That's what I think. Who knows? That's what I hope. That's what I trust. But that's just me, baby. Onwards. Here's your prototypical Californian park. Probably very different from parks elsewhere in the world. Maybe. I've certainly never seen a volleyball court in Asia like this. Actually, I guess I have. It's not too common though. I guess it's not too common here either. I don't know what I'm getting at. But what I do know is that there are a whole lot of people out here. And I do know that I'm feeling a little spike of anxiety. So I'm gonna just film myself as I go by here, just to push my comfort zone. That's all I need to do, man. I don't need to do things because I think I should. I do them because I want to. I know it's unpleasant, but there's a superpower. It's a superpower to be able to tolerate discomfort. And no one is born with that superpower. Oh man, oh my gosh, I almost crashed. No one's born with that superpower, man. We're all different. And different things make different people uncomfortable. So, you know, it's just a matter of realizing the value of tolerating discomfort, because that's all you need to grow. As you get more comfortable with discomfort, you can eventually do things you never thought were possible. And that's been my journey. I just biked through filming myself. Hardly a thought. Hardly a feeling of anxiety or fear or insecurity. And that's fucking crazy. That's amazing. I'm fucking proud of myself, man. And I mean, once you attain that superpower of being able to vlog and not care what people think, and what people are saying or doing or thinking around you, man, that's GG right there, dude. That's GG right there. And you know, I feel like but as I keep up with this, or you know, I can only take it one at a time, but I want to keep up with this. I intend to keep up with this. And you know, if I can fucking feel like this every time, you know, if I'm travel vlogging and I feel like how I feel right now, which is just like very confident and proud and like secure with myself, and able to just vlog whatever I want to, film whatever I want to, not care, not worry, dude, fucking the travel vlogs are in the bag, man. That's what I think. So that's kind of exciting me right now. I won't even lie, man. We'll see. Travel vlogs is certainly something that really interests me, and certainly something that I want to keep doing in the future. But we'll see, man. We'll see. Can't make any guarantees, but and I also don't want to say what I'm going to do, which is something I learned from Dr. K, healthygamer.gg on YouTube, where he kind of explains, like, you know, when you tell people what you're going to do. Hold on, very loud cars. When you tell people what you're going to do, you get rewarded for saying you're going to do something without any action, right? People are like, oh, that's sick, dude. Like, you're gonna do travel vlogs? Like, that's fucking sick, dude. Hell yeah. I love that. You know, which is cool, but people, it reinforces just saying we're going to do things, because that's what we get rewarded for, even though we haven't done anything yet. So, you know, I've tried to be very mindful not to say what I'm going to do, but just what I want to do and what I'm doing. And I think that works, man. Dr. K talks about how it's like, you know, there's this like principle in like Eastern philosophy, Indian philosophy, I think. I forget what it's called, but you essentially have like a flame inside of you, and if you like tell people what you're going to do, like that flame sort of diminishes, right? But you just hold it in, you keep it a secret, and you fucking get it done. It feels fucking amazing. You keep that flame burning, and you keep it going, man. So that's what I'm doing here, baby. Now this is an area that I spent a lot of time in, man, in my past. Very special place, honestly. Very beautiful place. Pretty accessible. You know, one of the things about like China that was a little tough for me was the lack of oh my gosh, what the fuck? This is insane. These trees are huge. They've grown so tall. What the heck? Oh my gosh, this is crazy. This is my first time seeing this in like a year, probably. Actually, no, there's no way. I think like just 4 months ago or something. How did it grow so much? What the heck? Nice little water. Water source coming from the mountains. Wait. But yeah, like in China, it's harder to come by like just natural, like, I guess this isn't natural, it's like a dam in a way, but it's pretty natural. In China, there's like a lot of parks and stuff, but there's a fuck ton of people, so it's harder to kind of get that solitude, that privacy that's really accessible here in the US. One of my favorite things about the US, the nature. It's beautiful, but yeah, didn't get too much of it in the past year. And so I really loved spending a lot of time out here in the past, and spending time with myself, just like I'm doing now. Let me get you guys a better view of the other side here. It's quite beautiful. It's the best I can do. Very relaxing. A little lizard out here too, just chilling, man. You know, in the past, I feel like I would feel very pressured to go all the way, to set a certain like destination and like expect myself to get there no matter what. And I was pretty good at that, but you know, I realize now in retrospect that the reason I was able to do that wasn't out of like, a lot of times it wasn't out of passion and love, it was out of like a pretty negative, like, inner dialogue, you know? It was out of like shame and guilt, and like feeling like I needed to, like, that my value as a person in a way was like dependent on whether I could do the things I set out to do. And you know, it certainly conditioned me and trained me to be someone that can attain some very crazy outcomes. But it comes at a cost, man. Everything comes at a cost. There's a trade-off to everything. Opportunity cost, if you will. And I think for myself, you know, I was able to attain these outcomes, but that's how I valued myself. I started valuing myself based on what I was able to attain. And now I realize that's no way I wanna live, man. I don't want to value myself based on what I do externally. I want it to be intrinsic. Value myself as a fellow human being. And so, you know, with that said, I think I'm not worried so much about the destination and just choose one right here. Just appreciate what I have, you know? Which is also something I'm trying to do more of. Appreciate what I have. I'm grateful for what I have. Not base my contentedness, although it's not contentedness, it's just short-term pleasure or satisfaction. But I don't want to be satisfied. I want to be happy. I want to be content. And you know, the way to do that is kind of to actually just enjoy the process and be content with the now, with the present. Oh well, two Chinese ladies, Chinese aunties. I've yet to speak Chinese, if anyone, in the US, but definitely want to. Maybe that's something I'll do. Maybe I'll do some fucking, oh man, I got a bit of anxiety thinking about it, but doing some like Chinatown vlogs or something. Pulling out my Chinese here in the US, in Chinese communities. Something like that. We'll see, man. Let me head down this. This is pretty neat. I want to film it as I go down. Might be a little sketchy, but we can give it a try, man. I'm gonna be really careful though. Little lizards running around. Hopefully, wow. This is crazy to me. Like, this is so overgrown and like this tall. Like, it wasn't like this at all the last time I was here. For many, many years, this area didn't have water here. Ugh. For many, many years, there wasn't much water here. So like, a lot of this was just barren and just kind of looked like, just like this on the ground, like no real plants, no real overgrowth. But this time around, man, there's a whole lot of everything. Man, I'm feeling a little sketched. I think, you know, in China I got used to being very comfortable just leaving my shit anywhere. No one would steal it. But the US is a little different. So I want to keep an eye on my bike. There it is, boom. The prized gem. The prized jewel. Holy moly, there's a lot of water. This is some very sloppy videography. Excuse me. Oh, fuck. Ow. Fuck. Okay, that's okay. My bike fell on me, but that's okay. You know, I'm feeling actually really good. I feel like this is actually the best spot to have ended up and to leave off once I'm ready to. Man, I was here with my friend last time. I remember I got in the water, I had my sandals, and I dipped my legs in. But holy moly, is there way more water this time. I'm a sucker for rocks, man. This one looks really pretty. Rocks, man, there's so fucking many of them. But if you really take the time to look at them, they're just so beautiful, man. I guess it all depends on our baseline, you know? I feel like when I was very into video games and shit, I wouldn't probably be very interested in rocks. Ooh. It all sort of depends on our baseline of what can be interesting to us, and if we're constantly online, constantly scrolling TikTok, and the simple pleasures like this, man, aren't really gonna hit. But one of the things I've been doing over the past month is lowering my baseline, and boy, am I feeling good about it. I'm feeling content, baby. This is fucking sick, dude. There's way more water than the last time I was here. The current is quite strong. And I mean, this is why there's such tall growth, like of trees and shit, right? Like in the past, there were many years where there wasn't like water here. So this was all just dried out, all dead for the most part. Maybe after it rained, we'd get some water. Funnily enough, man, like, I really love rain, but most of the rain that's hit California over the past couple of years were in the time periods when I'm not around. I was off in China or off in Asia traveling, and so I didn't actually get to experience much rain in the US at least. But the water is still here. A lot of dams nearby. A lot of dams in our local reservoirs, if you will. It's quite nice though, isn't it? I remember last time I was here, I got up right here on this thing, and I met a dude who was just really happy, really content, really chill. He had said he was there for like 5 hours, just dipping his feet in there. And I remember he looked a little like sketchy at first. He's not someone I would have approached, but you know, he said hi to me and we started chatting, and he's a really cool guy, man. You never really know. I guess you do have to be careful though. There's definitely non-cool guys out there. But it's probably a lot less non-cool guys than you think. I think, I don't know. It all depends on what we decide to do and how we want to trust people and trust the world. But I think one of the biggest realizations from traveling is that the world is a much safer place than we perceive it to be, at least here in the States, man. Maybe in part from my upbringing. My parents are a little more skeptical, a little more scared or paranoid about things. My mom particularly. Sorry, Mom. But yeah, man, the world is a beautiful place. Go out and explore it. It doesn't have to be fucking anything insane, you know? You don't have to go to the Great Wall of China. I mean, I've been there and I really enjoyed it, and it was a very special time. But you know, I think something I've realized from going to all these really cool places is that it really isn't about the destination, man. It's all subjective, and we can't always improve or increase the things we can do the things we desire, it's infinite. We can always desire more and desire better. And we can always just keep raising and raising our baseline, you know? But we have an equal possibility, equal potential to desire less, appreciate what we have, take control of our desires, appreciate what we have, appreciate more and more what we have, and try to desire less and less. And what's going to end up happening is you're going to feel really fucking content with really little. And I think that's the difference between a lot of the world and the US is we place so much value on things that are external of us. Buying things, experiencing things. I mean, I really, if I'm going to use money, there's nothing I'd rather spend it on than an experience, personally. Maybe a nice little cheeky burger, too. But, yeah, man. A lot of the world, they're way happier than us. In my observations, in my experience, with a lot fucking less. And if you ask me, it's because we have very different systems of what to value. And in the US, what we value is the things that fundamentally don't make us happy. They make us pleasured, entertained, certainly, for a temporary amount of time, but that baseline just keeps going up and up. We get desensitized. And we fail to appreciate the simple pleasures, the simple beauties. And I'm still working on it, certainly. But I've done a lot of work, and you know, I think the last time I was here, I was feeling pretty, man, now that I think about it, I was definitely very like outcome oriented. And I don't know, just in general, I place so much emphasis on where I go, where I end up. But that's not what it's about, man. And day by day, I'm realizing that more and more. So I think I'm, I don't know. Should I end this now? Kind of want to dip my toes in. Fuck it, should I dip my toes in? Should I dip my toes in, chat? Fuck it, man. Life is short. I'm gonna dip my toes in. Give me a second. I normally don't show the dogs for free. You normally have to find them over a paywall on my OnlyFans, but oh my gosh. Holy that's fucking cold. Oh man, that is cold. Not very pleasant, honestly, but you know what? I gave it a shot, I tried. But actually, this is an important lesson because just like I was talking about earlier, it's very uncomfortable, but there's extreme value in being able to tolerate discomfort. So I'm just gonna sit here with my fucking toes in the water, freezing, and just try to endure it for as long as I can. Which, you know, I think at some point can probably be for a very long time. Sort of the thing, like once they go numb, you kind of just get used to it. That's the case for a lot of things. Once we get used to the discomfort, we get used to it. Kind of like vlogging. Used to be very uncomfortable for me. But look at me now. I feel like this is one of the best vlogs I've ever done. I feel so comfortable and confident and I'm just doing it, man. I'm locked in. I'm in that fucking flow state. It feels beautiful. It feels like those first few vlogs I ever did when I first kind of discovered it. Wow, these are sick. It's like a brownie bite or something, man. I kind of want to eat this shit. Oh, man. Feeling a little cuckoo. Maybe I am. Maybe you have to be, you know? Maybe you have to be cuckoo to be able to hang out with yourself. It certainly feels that way, right? Feels like most people would probably call you cuckoo for hanging out with yourself, for being able to hang out with yourself. But if you ask me, I think that's because a lot of people wish they could. This one is sick. This looks like a cloud or something, no? Or like a duck head from this angle. Like a cloud though. I like that. Speaking of clouds, the clouds are dissipating, starting to get hot. I don't know how much more longer to go on with this vlog. I'll be honest. It's already really fucking long. But I like to keep it raw. And I reckon maybe there are people out there who like to watch things raw too. So maybe it's not the worst. I don't know, man. I'm feeling pretty good though. I feel like there might be some negative emotions creeping up a bit. You know, my mind isn't used to this. To being so fucking proud and confident and just comfortable with myself. So I feel like there's a bit of that nagging in my head where it's like, oh, like you're cringe, like no one's gonna watch this, like oh, people are gonna judge you, like fuck it though, bro, it's my life. But, you know, I think I'm gonna, I don't know, I don't think anyone would watch me if I literally just like sat in silence for 5 minutes. Maybe, who fucking knows. But I think I'll just end it there and just kind of sit with myself, make my way back on my own and process the day, process what I've done, process this journey, because it certainly feels like quite the journey, man. I'm probably at like an hour and a half already on this video. Who knows? I don't know. I have no idea. But I'll give you guys one last nice little shot of this beautiful scenery. And then I'm going to turn off the camera and just chill and enjoy it. No talking. So here you go, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. To this day, no one has watched the full video, but I have a good feeling about this one. And I have a good feeling about where I'm going and what's to come. So if not this one, I'm certainly feeling really good about my vlogs in general. And I guess we're just gonna have to see. But there you go, man. Thanks for watching. Take care. Peace. One last jump scare. I almost forgot I had my fucking feet in here, man. Check it out. Got used to it, man. You can too. Let's fucking go. Alright, I'm back one more time. I wanted to acknowledge some of the thoughts and feelings that are cropping up. I realized that, you know, it's been a long time since I've done a vlog like this. In the past, I would realize that, you know, sometimes like after I finished vlogging, that certain like thoughts, oh my gosh, what the heck, my hand is shaking. I think from all the pressure on the bike. Yeah, but I would like notice like certain, or realize that I did certain things out of fear or whatnot. And I feel like, or just like thoughts that popped up, I'll be aware of it. And I feel like just now, in the past like 15 minutes since stopping the vlog, I realized, well, for one, I'm feeling a little negative. I feel like I'm feeling a little heavy, like some of those negative emotions are kind of surfacing. Feeling a little poopy in that sense. I think also those thoughts and feelings that I used to have where it's like thinking about, I don't know, not like voicing too much of my thoughts. I mean, I think I voiced a fuck ton of them. And it's a little funny that that thought, that fear, that insecurity still pops up because I did a fuck ton of it. But, you know, it's definitely a lot weaker than it used to be. And I don't think there's anything wrong with having these feelings, having these thoughts. What I like to do is just acknowledge them and observe them, because they'll automatically lose their power if I'm aware that they're there. And I'll have more of an opportunity to decide what to believe, how to respond to my thoughts and my feelings. But yeah, certainly feeling some level of like shame almost, like kicking in, like thinking like, oh, I should why am I filming? Like, I should be able to just chill and relax and like enjoy time by myself without the camera. Like, I should not film everything, like blah blah. It's some thoughts and feelings that have cropped up in the past when I was vlogging, but yeah, I guess I am constrained by my battery power because I am about to run out. But you know, I think sometimes my mind feels like, oh, oh, the video's good as it is, like don't add any more or you're gonna ruin it type shit, you know? And you know, I want to be in full control of my mind, so I want to observe my mind, call it out when I hear it, when I see it, do things that don't align with what I want to choose to do and who I want to choose to be. And I want to choose to be someone that is, you know, fully free to do whatever the fuck I want. Like if I feel there's something more I want to add to the video, or something important, or something happens that I want to film, like, you know, in the past sometimes I feel very ashamed or very in my head and very negative about it. And you know, I think it all stems from like, probably a lot of it from some of the fears I've talked about a lot of times: fear of criticism, fear of shame, or fear of criticism, fear of judgment, fear of failure. And it's really fear is at the core of it. And you know, at the same time, a lot of it makes sense. It's from prior experience. It's not, I don't want to demonize my mind. It's, in another way you could view it as like my inner child, you know, it's just afraid. But it's alright, little pup. I'm here, baby. Big Ivan is here. I've got the situation handled. I've got the strength to handle it. I've got the courage to be disliked. Fucking bring it on, baby. I'll protect me. I'll protect my inner child. I'm here. Let's fucking go. So, and I'll protect myself from my brain, because a lot of that is internalized from the voices, the expectations, the comments from people externally, right? So, just wanted to point that out, acknowledge that, capture it for myself, and also to be more vulnerable, be more honest, be more raw for anyone watching, if there's anyone watching. Probably not. But anyways, plus I realized, like, what's the difference between like an hour video and an hour and a 5? Like, if someone's gonna click an hour video, they'll probably click an hour and a 5 video. But at the same time, I don't want to worry so much about people clicking. I'm just gonna do me. I'm gonna record it. I'm gonna fucking put it out there, and if people want to watch, they'll watch. If people resonate, they'll resonate. But I don't want to stress about getting viewership, you know? I want to just keep that baseline very low and very like raw and real and honest, and just very just aligned with myself, so that all I have to do is be myself, and the content's there, and the rest doesn't matter, right? I feel like it's something I see so much in a lot of my favorite content creators, where it seems that they worry a lot about, you know, some people get very stressed and it kind of becomes a job for them, you know, and people do things for different reasons. For me, I want YouTube, I mean, it'd be great if it becomes sort of like a job where I make money off it, but for now at least, I'm just doing what's best for me and what works for me and what I think can resonate with others and really make an impact and make a positive influence. And I feel like just being raw and honest and vulnerable and recording it, putting it out there, like, there are people who resonate, and that's fucking amazing. So yeah, no, just wanted to check in and say that. Feeling good about this video, still very good. My mind's a little afraid. Maybe that's why, you know, when you feel good about something, you have that fear of losing it. So maybe that's why. My mind was kind of kicking into gear. But it's okay, little pop. I got it. We're good. All right. I'm gonna eat a nice little Cliff Bar, a nice little snack. I almost forgot I had this nice little Cliff Bar snack, a little milkshake, and I guess just feel out my feelings, man, because it's sort of kicking in. And I guess that's something I normally would capture too, in some sense, at least in voicing my thoughts. I don't know. It's good to do things in private too. Certainly. Just learning, just growing. Who knows? I'm gonna end it here. Thanks. Peace.